Hello all, you're watching The Print. I'm Rishika Sadam and joining us today is Kalvakuntla Kavita, former MP from the ruling party in Telangana, TRS. Thank you for speaking to The Print.
Thank you.
So, where have you been in the last 1.5 years after the Lok Sabha elections? We did not see you much politically active on the ground. So, was it more in the background that you were doing work?
After the election result, I did take full responsibility for my loss, and then I said when people wanted you at home for a while, just be at home. So I was happy, relaxing, and then suddenly Corona struck, and then that was a time for everybody to pitch in and do their bit. So again, I came back active, and it is not partisan. Whoever wanted a little bit of support from us, we kept giving them.
But politically, was there some kind of involvement of yours? This could be discussions with the chief minister. In the last few months, we've seen a lot going on with the state. So, was there your involvement in decisions or discussions with the chief minister with issues concerning the state?
Well, we are a political family, so a regular casual meeting itself will be a political discussion. So yes, discussions were there. I was part of many things happening, but not decisions. The decisions in the party are made from the Politburo. So I'm not a part of making any decisions, but yeah, discussions have been a part of all our discussions. So, and as I said, we are a political family, so even a casual dinner meet or two people meeting in the family eventually ends up somewhere talking about politics.
Right. We've been looking at the issues concerning the state. You said definitely there are discussions, definitely may not be decisions, but discussions. So I'm sure, when you say discussions, the biggest thing that we're looking at as a state or any other state is the pandemic.
Right.
So have there been discussions about that? But what do you think? How did the Telangana government handle this COVID crisis?
Well, I can vouch you from a first person's perspective of watching Honorable CM trying to understand the pandemic from the beginning days of it to till date, trying to work around it, trying to make sure also economies, is in the proper shape, and also making sure people do not suffer, as a result of the pandemic. So, for us, it looks like handling a pandemic is only about handling the patients right then, right there. But for our Honorable Chief Minister, it will be much more deeper. He has to make sure the effect, the domino effect, so we call, does not actually kill the people with hunger in the state. So we had to make sure in 360 degrees, the party, the government, they've been working. So there's a lot of hard work that went into actually combating the coronavirus in Telangana, and I strongly believe that the leadership gave a good guidance, and the health minister, all the MLAs, everybody, all the political representatives, they've been on the ground working for the people. So I believe we are in pretty good shape as a state in trying to fight with the virus.
So no complaints in the way it started off, and from your side at least, I'm sure you've been observing how the situation kind of folded down. So no complaints as of how Telangana handled the crisis.
Telangana tried it best. See, what usually happens in a federal setup is, things get thrown onto you, and as a state government, you're supposed to work around what you get. I mean, you are not in a position to decide a lot of things. Like when Unlock 1 was proposed, Telangana was not on board with it, but then they anyway unlocked everything, so we had to go with that. And our government's understanding was that if the lockdown would have continued for one more month, probably Telangana would not be as bad in a position, in terms of getting affected by the virus. But then you have to deal with whatever you get since you're in a federal setup. So that happened, and not much help from the center at all. Not anything released, money or they've just been ordering us about. I mean, end of the day, foot soldiers are the states, but they're not taken into confidence. So despite suffering a huge revenue loss, state government, I believe, did whatever best it could do.
Right. Also, you mentioned that Telangana was probably not ready for the unlock that at the time center wanted. So, as a state, is there a complaint on how center dealt with the crisis overall and how it interacted with the states in this while together fighting this COVID crisis that we're looking at?
Yes, because when whole world was trying to understand, and countries like New Zealand were busy banning the international airports. Central government here even in March said there's nothing like coronavirus, and they have not taken steps to ban international travel. If that was done, I believe we would have been very, very safe. But then it was all new. The whole world, it was new. So you cannot single-handedly say that the central government had to have taken so many steps. But then after that, when the cases started increasing, this kind of support they had to give the states was definitely not rendered in terms of medicines, in terms of basic guidelines, in terms of trying to make sure that all the states get the equipment. Because in the beginning, India did not even have the capability to manufacture our own masks, our own PPE kits. So that was a time where central government's role was anticipated heavily by the states in terms of imports, etc. That was not given. States individually had to, scout for the supplies, individually had to identify sellers, and we did all that. We did all that, and ultimately made sure no protective gear was missing. We made sure that the frontline workers got the PPE kits, the masks, etc., which were required. But then, when India lacked the capability of manufacturing these things, at that point of time, Centre should have been more proactive, is what every state has been saying, and so did we feel that. And right now, in terms of not compensating the states with the GST when we require it the most, because we've suffered, everybody has suffered. But now, central government simply turns around and says, you can take a loan from the market. Look at the world markets. Where are you going to get the loan from? It is a responsibility of the central government to take a loan and honor the commitment of GST. That way, the whole country also see. I've been in the parliament, I understand the macroeconomic parameters. The fiscal deficit won't be as bad if the central government takes the loan of 2.5 lakh crores and then distributes it as promised. Whereas if states individually start taking loans, one, they can't get. Two, it will be very difficult to pay them back. So I believe this is a time for the central government to really step up and help the states.
Right. This was also a point. It was highlighted by the Chief Minister a couple of days ago when it written.
Yes.
Now, talking about downplaying the crisis. In fact, the Chief Minister also in March, when we had the first COVID case, did say that this is not really as big as we are looking at, and we can handle it. If we look at social media also in the first few months, there have been a lot of complaints from people, starting from, say, abysmal low testing of Telangana, be it from the governor or from the central, as well as people complaining about beds, doctors probably walking out from a government hospital. What do you have to say about all of this? Was this any time a point of discussion to the Chief Minister, saying that somewhere around Telangana did not do good in the first few months?
See, as I said, the monitoring of the COVID is done on a regular basis, like as in morning, evening, afternoon by the CM. He's not the person who doesn't, get into the thick of the things. He's a very hands-on Chief Minister, so he keeps monitoring continuously. And he's definitely set some parameters along with the Health Minister. So whatever the WHO parameters are there, we are definitely sticking to them. And we as a state had taken this policy decision that symptomatic testing will be done. So anybody who had symptoms, the testing was done. Anybody who wanted to get tested, had a doubt in their heart, testing was done. And we were the state who did not allow private intervention very earlier on, because we were not sure. And right now, after allowing the private, and when complaints keep flooding in saying that they're overcharging, etc., we were right in a way in retrospective, not allowing the private players to come into the picture very early on, because even for testing they would have charged a bomb, and common man would not be able to afford it. Right now, at least, we have more control over the situation. We understand what the procedure is, costs, and we now have a task force in place. So a better monitoring is there from the state in terms of allowing the private sector, and from the government side in terms of providing facilities, as you rightly said. There were certain incidents where the doctors were not happy. Things will be there. I'm not denying that everything will be perfect, because the pandemic itself has driven the whole health infrastructure, to a mayhem. But we are trying to get a hold of the situation in terms of hiring doctors, in terms of buying equipment, in terms of giving money, in terms of increasing salaries. Telangana has always been in the forefront.
Right. The numbers on paper look very decent, be it in terms of bed, a task force set up for private hospitals, and a separate committee for everything. But is that translating onto the ground? What do you think about Telangana's infrastructure? Is it like a reality call that our government hospitals were not able to handle the crisis even in the initial days? We still have doctors protesting. That's for basic equipment in hospitals. Early in the days, we had doctors walking out saying there was no basic equipment. So, what about the health infrastructure and all the numbers you mentioned? Do you think they're translating onto the ground and showing the result equally?
Well, there is only one way of checking whether they're translating or not, the recovery rate. The recovery rate has been very good. And I believe we are the only state where, in Gandhi Hospital, which is the main hospital for COVID, the people who are treated, some of the families are so stigmatized they're not even taking the patients back. But we have created a separate ward for people like that. There are about 40-50 people just living there even though they're free of COVID because the families wouldn't take them back. I mean, that itself proves that how much of a thought government gives to, the whole process. We are not just, taking it as a issue to be solved and, get over with it, but we are involved in every part of the healing process. I mean, we are to heal as a society from this pandemic, and government is definitely playing that role. And as you said, looking at how it translates onto the ground, one, the number of patients, the recovery rate, the morbidity rate is very low compared to the national average. And I can tell you, yesterday I was talking to one of the district collectors, and he's been explaining me the process, how it is going on there. So once rapid testing is done in a basic PHC in probably farthest of the village you can take from Hyderabad. Once the testing is done, if the test comes out positive, immediately a home quarantine kit is given to the patient and then he's sent home. So we are not leaving the patients just like that. And if somebody doesn't have a facility at home, they are immediately transferred to Gandhi in the government vehicle. They're just not left on their own. So that way we are hand-holding, we're trying to make sure people don't panic. We also are trying to make sure that the health staff doesn't panic. Osmania incident also. It's not just about not having basic facilities, it is about operation theatres or trying to do elective operations or not. So there is a lot of discussion happening within the department. I'm sure issues will be resolved. As I said, we are not immune. We are bound to get issues when we are pressurized and in a stressed situation. We will handle it. That much is there. We are capable government, we will handle it.
Is the government also going to give assurance to the healthcare staff whose salaries have not been paid? They've been protesting that also. Nurses have walked out saying that, although they were in contract, saying that the salaries have not been paid. Few of the PHCs we've been talking to say that their equipment does not come for testing on time, which is why there's a lot of crowd outside PHCs waiting to get tested. So are these glitches that are going to be fixed very soon by the Telangana government?
Definitely. The RT-PCR equipment is given to every hospital. Now I believe there is a second piece of equipment being sent to every district hospital as well. And the rapid testing kits have been given to every PHC. There could be shortfalls. The moment there is a shortfall notified to the collector, it is being immediately refilled. That also I've made sure, while talking to various district collectors to understand the process, what's happening, that they are sure of that the refill is also available at the district headquarters. And when it comes to paying salaries, as I said, this is a stressed time, economy is stressed. Government has been utilizing every penny it has got to make sure the whole system in the state runs without any chaos. And this is a time where central government should really list it and give us some help, pay us the dues of the GST. Then we will never have a crisis of not being able to pay the salaries. In fact, we probably are the first state to increase the salaries by 10% to the frontline workers, doctors, nurses, even the cleaning staff, security people. We've done that. So we are a very generous state government. But then there is a shortfall. The economy of the whole world is in crisis. So it will be paid, and any difficulties in the process, I'm sure the government will be handling it with very efficient.
So you're saying it's just due to the economy that we're seeing, that's the only reason.
Absolutely.
Previously it was all because they've been complaining it's for a few months that they haven't gotten.
Yes, as I said, we released 2,500 crores immediately when the corona pandemic hit us, and most of it went into salaries and also procuring the equipment. When there is a shortfall, because every month there was about 80% dip in the collections of correct taxes.
Yeah.
So that definitely hit us, and we are trying to recover from it. And meanwhile, as I said, we were trying to also keep up the rural economy, not only just paying salaries for the government employees, making sure that the people and we need to feed a lot of people also. So 87 lakh white card holders were given 1500 rupees. So the government is trying to prioritize the payments, and the payments of the salaries is also being taken care of. It's just a matter of time.
Right. In a recent video conference, the governor has said that Telangana is picking up now in the way it's handling the COVID crisis. But initially, there were a lot of complaints, there was a lot of delay, and had the government acted then, we would have been in a much better situation now. Would you agree to that? This was in terms of testing, in terms of health infrastructure. She also said Telangana's health infrastructure immediately needs to improve. So would you agree to that?
Let me tell you this, Rishika. See, what happens is any central government agency that comes to the state, they praise us a lot. They tell us all good things. They say you are one of the best state implementing, the guidelines very strictly. They praise us. They go back, and then suddenly there will be a press conference from Delhi saying that Telangana is not doing enough testing. And then again there is a team coming back, and the team on the ground says you have done a great job. Then suddenly there is a press meet from the governor's office. So I don't know. You make out what the whole thing is about. We are trying to deal with the pandemic. We are not trying to do any politics. Now it is up to the central government to decide whether the teams who came for the inspection, they are right, or some babu holding a press conference in Delhi is right. I don't know. It's for the central government to decide. But as per the people's satisfaction, we are trying to work. What matters to our government is people of Telangana, and we will protect them no matter what.
Criticism coming in also that amidst this huge health crisis that we are dealing with, there's a multi-crore project of a secretariat that's going on. So what is your response to that? Have there been discussions about the money part? There is also a version coming in that this is a state government issue. So the planning must have been going on for quite some time. But the question is being raised is it really necessary, the spend on the secretariat amidst the health crisis, when we have government hospitals struggling to get better, private hospitals also looking at government for help?
As I rightly said, the planning for the secretariat was not from now, but from 2014. And the moment Honorable CM started planning for a secretariat, there was some or the other obstacles created either by the central government, that they were not willing to give away defense lands, or the opposition who always constantly was putting in cases to stall the building of the secretariat, etc. So it's a project that has been on the government's mind from not now but from 7 years. So it has nothing to do with the pandemic, point one. And point two, the allegations are so baseless. In the sense, even if the secretariat is costing some XYZ amount, the amount is not given right now. It is given phase-wise as the construction goes on. So the amount of money spent on Corona and the amount of money spent on secretariat cannot be compared. It is not even 0.1% of what is spent for Corona versus secretariat. So the comparison itself is bizarre in the sense, this is a regular infrastructure activity that is happening in the government, and it is happening and it will happen. Versus Corona is a pandemic suddenly thrust upon us by nature or by whatever, and we're trying to deal with it in our own way, and certainly we will deal with both the regular infrastructure projects, ongoing projects have not been stalled, so the secretariat also won't be stalled. But suppose the secretariat is per se 100 crores. The 100 crores won't be spent now because it's a phase-wise project. Planning is to happen, the construction has to start, tenders have to be done. There's a whole process and procedure. It will go according to that.
The only version of the criticism coming from people is why not divert that money? Why not divert the money of government
to health infrastructure? There is no tool to spend on secretariat. What is there to divert? That will be paid only when secretariat is constructed. No,
right.
While the construction happens, the money will be spent. Where is it spent now? Tell me how much money is spent on secretariat right now. People who are making allegations, they should come up with a paper. Tell us how much money have we actually paid to somebody to build a secretariat. We are just in the process trying to clear up the land, and again there are NGT cases put up by the opposition. Trying to clear up the cases, then the construction will start, then the money will be paid. Not now. Nothing is happening now. So there's this whole idea of spinning everything against KCR won't work, because people today are very intelligent. They understand that the idea of building a secretariat doesn't mean spending money right now. It will only be spent as the physical building, keeps appearing in front of the people, and that is not now. So why worry about it?
So you're saying as and when it happens, then you can.
And it will happen. It has to happen. Any infrastructure projects taken up by the states have to go on. pandemics will come and go, situations will come and go, but the state has to keep building the core, ideology of the state intact, and we will do that as well.
Right. Let's talk a little politics in the state about you. And what is this whole buzz of KCR starting a national party? Talks are also in the name has been finalized. It's called Naya Bharat. What is the whole, is it really happening? He's always been talking about how regional parties should go at the forefront. So is it materializing? Are there talks with the other parties? What's going on?
See, right now, with this pandemic hitting us so hard, it is very, very crucial for us to focus on the state, make sure the infrastructure, the economy, the rural economy, it all falls into place. And this is not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time. So right now, the focus of the party, the CM, everybody is the state. And as and when the plans for the center are, in place, you will be the first to know.
Right. So you're not completely denying that.
I'm only saying, see, KCR is a person who is very, very well-read, person, and is a statesmanly politician. He understands a lot of things about the country. As and when the time comes, definitely there will be inputs from his side. But right now, the focus is the state.
So if the time is coming soon, what will be Kavita's role? A lot of talks that the plan next forward is Delhi. So are we seeing a model that will replicate something of a Tamil Nadu, where Stalin is in Tamil Nadu having the state and Kanimol is more seen in Delhi? Will that happen in Telangana too? KTR taking the chair here in the state and you focusing a lot in Delhi? Is that the pattern that we're going to see?
I mean, see, Telangana has always given something new to the country, in terms of inventing a new schemes or showing a new way. So politically also we might show a new way, so we don't have to follow any pattern. We just see how it goes, and then we can just take it with the flow.
Just take it with the flow, absolutely, go with the flow. But is Delhi something that you are looking at? That's something everybody's seeing.
As I said, right now the focus completely is on the state. Till the state gets on track, we just have to jump and think about national issues. But right now, state is a primary focus.
Right. What are TRS equations with the central government? It's always been looked at as TRS is a B team of BJP. That's a criticism that's coming from long. Is that indeed? Because we do see Chief Minister being vocal about certain issues, but there's no pattern. It's not all the time. So is TRS indeed a B team of BJP?
The primary issue here is that other than the issues that are going to affect the state directly, we don't keep commenting on everything and anything. TRS has been a party which is very, very focused about state issues and any laws made at the central level which will affect the state. Other than that, we generally don't make comments on like what other parties keep doing, if that is what you mean. And that is why you don't see a pattern, because if there is a bill which is going to hurt the interest of the states, my CM definitely is going to speak about it. Otherwise, he won't. We don't unnecessarily comment on issues. That being said, if there is an issue that is going to hurt the states, like the electricity bill that they are introducing, see, we give free power to the farmers. Now the central government wants to put meters in the fields. We are going to protest it outright. That is there. So this is an issue which is going to hurt my farmers. My government is going to protest it. But rest of it, which are issues which are generic to the whole of the nation. Regular business, we don't indulge much in conversation with any party. So that is our stand, and if at all anything is going to hurt the state, we will protest it. So now, that being the stand of our party, where is the question of being on anybody's team? We are only on Telangana People's team. We are an independent party. We are People's Party, and we are the most loved party in Telangana. So our primary interest is our people, nothing else.
Going forward, will TRS work with NDA? There's no plan, it's go with the flow. So with that go with the flow mean at some time if there's an offer from that side, will TRS be open with joining NDA, be working with them?
Well, I think right now nobody is thinking about politics. Everybody is only thinking about Corona. So once I think we pass this pandemic, then the political discussion or the whole issue of national elections will again probably come into picture. Then I think it's a time for everybody to think about it, but not right now.
So it's not completely not an option. There might be
I'm
a
saying
possibility.
this is definitely not the time to think about NDA or anything right now. Only thing on people's mind right now is Corona. Only thing on people's mind is how to get the jobs back that the youngsters have lost. Only thing is to make sure to get more and more investments into the state. That has been the only focus, and that will be the only focus for the time to come.
Right. Okay, we're going to wrap this interview by the most asked question we still don't have answers for. KTR has seen a lot into public activity. I'm aware he's a cabinet minister, but even into developmental works, he's seen a lot. He's seen a lot in a lot of crucial meetings. So, when is KTR taking over from the chief minister? Is that happening soon? This has been, something going on for a year now or more than that. So, is that materializing soon? How does it look like within the family?
Why don't you like my father?
It's not me. I'm just asking because these things have come from the party, and the party has never denied it. Neither KTR, neither you nor you have never denied it. So
my brother and Honorable Minister KTR Garu is not only a cabinet minister but is also a party president. As a result, he will be seen in the most crucial decisions that the government is going to take. End of the day, whatever government decides, the party has to answer for it. So, like that, he is part of a lot of crucial meetings. He is a busy man, so he's seen everywhere. But that doesn't mean that there will be any crucial changes anytime. And whenever, as I said, whenever there is anything like that, KCR is a man who openly communicates with the people on the grassroots, and he's going to announce it and do it. If at all it's going to happen anytime. So don't worry. So KCR himself is going to announce, and the party will take a decision at the right time, but nothing is on cards right.
as of now, nothing.
As of now, status quo. As I said, everybody's mind, Corona is the only thing that is happening. Nothing about politics, nothing about, changing things, nothing. No other activities on anybody's mind except Corona and how to handle it.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to the print. We wish you good luck because there's also an MLC nomination that's done for the same constituency in Nizamabad. So wishing you good luck for that, and thank you so much.